Hey everyone, welcome back to the Crafty Couple. We hope you're having a fantastic day and a wonderful beginning to the new year. We're all hoping that this year will be a lot better than last year. Today we've got some really fun neutral boho Valentine's decor DIYs. So we hope you're excited for it. We are super excited for the new year and all the new projects that we have coming on this and our second channel. We will be posting a lot more on that. So if you're interested in hauls, shop with us videos, and some behind the scenes type content, make sure to check out our other channel, the Crafty Couple Vlogs. But for today, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to hit that thumbs up and let us know in the comments which one's your favorite.
For this project, I started out with 2 packs of these wood planks from Dollar Tree. What I did was just lay them out how I wanted them to go, so I put 4 down on one side and 4 down on the other. If you had like a scrap piece of wood, that would work perfect for this project. I did feel like 1 pack just wasn't enough, so for the second pack I only used 2 for just the top. Then to put it together, I decided to hot glue the 2 panels together like this, and I did that all the way up. The hot glue does work great for me for this project. You can use wood glue though, that would probably work great. You don't need to use E6000 for this. That would be just a little bit too strong of a hold. I just don't think it's necessary, but you can use it if you would like. Once that was done, I decided to hot glue them like this and put them together to just make it all one piece. But this is not the best way to put it together. You'll see here in a minute, I decided to flip it over and use little, they're called craft sticks at Dollar Tree, and put it all together. That's how I would do it if you were going to put this together. The hot gluing, it just makes it really messy in between. You see a big long line. When you're doing the other sides, you don't really see it, but when you're doing the big long line, you see quite a bit of hot glue. Also, I would put them horizontally and then do some vertically. I don't know why I did them all vertically. So I would just do that. It makes it really, really secure. In the end, it was very secure. It worked perfect for this project. There are small gaps, but you don't really see them. So just keep going along with the popsicle sticks, and then at the top I did have to just cut the popsicle stick just to make it fit. Like I said though, it really does work perfect. There's no issues that I had. And then I went over in the areas just on the back and added a tiny bit of hot glue. Now we have one solid piece, or if you're just starting here with your spare piece of wood, go ahead and stain it with this early American stain. And then I'm going to be using this vase filler. I got it from Ross for $6, and I thought it would be really cute to make a heart out of this. I've seen some similar things on Pinterest, or we have a company, I don't know if you've seen it, I think they were on Shark Tank, but it was just a local company here in Utah called EcoFlower. I think they've changed their name now, but they did all sorts of wood flower designs kind of like this, and I thought they were super cute. So it kind of gives the same look for a lot cheaper price. So I just made a heart shape, and then I just started gluing them all on in the little heart template. That's all I did. It was a really fun project. I just got to turn on some music and just sit there and glue them all on. It was really peaceful and fun. I definitely would recommend doing this project. The one that I got from Ross does have a few different sizes. I also just saw a package from Target. I believe it was around, I think $10, and it had a little bit bigger wood flowers, so you can do that as well. Also, the ones that I got from Ross, they are not wood flowers. They are kind of this foamish texture. And you will have quite a few left over that we will use for the next project. So like I said, just keep going around your heart and just make sure to kind of keep it in those lines so that it keeps its shape. Now that we have the heart shape done, I really love how this turned out. I think it's super cute. I think it's very minimal, kind of boho looking. And like I said, we have quite a few left over that we're going to be using for the next project. And we do have a lot of people that ask how we hang our projects. So this one specifically, I'm going to be using this hanger that we just get a package from Walmart. And we use these picture hangers, and I'm just hot gluing it on the back since this is super light. Most of the time you're going to want to nail it on with the little nails that they have, but since the wood is so thin, it would just go through the front. Now with all those pieces left over, I thought it would be really cute to make a Valentine's Day garland. So I'm grabbing some of this twine that I got from Dollar Tree and then a skewer that is cut. And then I'm going to put a tiny bit of hot glue and then the end of the twine and hot gluing it so that I'm making kind of a needle that I'm going to be putting through all of these flowers. So all I did was just grab the skewer and just push it through the flower. If you're using these specific flowers, they will slightly break, but it doesn't really matter too much since they are kind of foam. The look of it, all of it stayed the same. So that's all I did was I put them all on the twine just one by one and made sure that I pushed them pretty far down on the twine so that I can make a large garland. Now that the garland is complete, I paired it with this other garland that I made from Dollar Tree beads, and I will link the video right here. And I think they looked so cute together.
For this project, we're going to be using these Dollar Tree wood dowels, and these are the 12-inch dowels. I have 5 here, but I only ended up using 4 of them, and honestly, you can use as many as you want. That's totally up to you. And then we're going to go ahead and stain all of them with this early American Minwax stain. Now to create the tip of the arrow, I'm just using some of this poster board from Dollar Tree. And what I did was just cut out a little square here. Again, these can be as big or little as you want. And then I'm just gonna fold it into a triangle shape right here, just so that I can try and get all of the sides the same. And then right here, I'm just shaping it to the triangle that I want. So if you want it a little bit wider, skinnier, that's totally up to you. Once you have that shape, you can then go ahead and cut the top off right here, and you'll have 2 equal sides. Now you can use these as a template to cut out more the same size, or if you want them all kind of different sizes, that's totally up to you. And then what I did here is folded each piece in half, and then we're gonna go ahead and paint these with this mineral chalk paint from Waverly. And then you wanna go ahead and paint the inside and the outside, because you will kind of see the inside of this when these are done. And I would recommend bending them first just so you can avoid any cracking. If you were to let this dry and then bend it, you may crack that paint and then have to paint over it again. So go ahead and bend all of them and then paint the inside and the outside. And then if you wanted to leave it like this, you could just leave it kind of this gray color. Or if you wanted to paint them any other color, you could do that as well. What I wanted to do after this dried was add a little bit of distressing just to give them more of a natural kind of stone look, I guess. And so what I did was grab a damp paper towel here, put a little bit of black paint in there so that it's watered down, and then I'm just going to go through on all of these and dab it and rub that around just to give it some more texture and more of a natural look than just painted on there. And again, this isn't a necessary step, but I like to, whenever I can, just add a little bit more detail to our projects. I think that it just adds more of a higher end level to what you're doing, but you're definitely more than welcome to just paint these and leave them as if you don't want to do the extra step there. Once we have those painted, we can move on to connecting the two sides. So I just put a little bit of glue on one side and then glued the one end on, and then you can glue on the other side. You don't need a lot of glue right here just since they're such light pieces. And then I did want to mention, if you're doing the distressing or texturing technique on the outside, don't worry about doing that on the inside. You're not really going to see that. So I would just paint the inside that mineral color and then just do the texturing on the outside. And then to connect the wood dowel, I put a little bit of glue down in the tip here. Now, another way you could do it that I show a little later is putting some glue on the actual dowel first. I think that way is a little bit easier and you don't have to worry about dripping glue on your fingers. So right here, I'm just showing you again, gluing those two pieces together, and then we'll go ahead and put some glue on the end of the wood dowel and connect it that way. I think that would work out a little bit easier for you guys. Once we have those pieces complete and glued together, we can move on to adding the feathered part. And what I ended up using was these little plants from Walmart. I think they were $3 each, and they come with 2 of those tips. I don't remember what these are called, but we're going to use this white part here and cut it in half. So you should only need 1 of these if you're getting it from Walmart. Cut it in half and you can use the top and the bottom part. And then we're going to wrap this around the wood dowel to create kind of that feathered look. Now, I looked briefly at Dollar Tree, but I couldn't find any feathers. So if you've seen them there, if there's a certain section that they're in, let us know in the comments so that we can look for those next time. And then when you do cut this, just make sure to try and hold that together, since this part right here, the top part, doesn't have anything holding those strands together anymore. You just want to make sure that they don't all fall apart. And then I'm just taking a little bit of string here, wrapping it around, and then gluing it on the back. And I absolutely love how this turned out. I think it gave it a very classy, high-end look. You can still use feathers, but I really like how this looked. And this is what I was talking about, how you can use the top and the bottom part. So we'll use the bottom half and go ahead and cut some of that string, and then take some wire cutters to just cut that bottom part off here and get rid of the floral tape and the rest of the wire that's on there. And then again, you'll want to make sure that you're holding that together so that it doesn't come undone, and then wrap your wire around and glue it, or excuse me, wrap your string around and glue it. And of course, there's a lot of variations that you can do with this project. I think if you wanted to keep it really sleek and modern, maybe add some pops of color, you could definitely do that. Or if you wanted to even add a little bit more distressing and texture to it, you could do that as well. But if you're going for a neutral boho look, I think these are an absolutely perfect piece for your home this year. Really easy to do, but I think the end result is just stunning. And then the last little part here is to add in the arrowheads here to this glass vase that we got from Dollar Tree, so that you can set it up on like a mantle or use it as table decor.
For this project, we are going to need this nautical rope from Dollar Tree, and I ended up using 3 of these. So you will want to take it all apart so that you will have 3 separate strands. Once you have those, you can go ahead and use just one of these plungers from Dollar Tree, or I am going to be using one of these long dowels from Walmart. I believe it was only around $1. Then I stained it with the Early American stain. We get ours from Walmart. After I stained it, I grabbed all of the rope that we had previously and separated it into the 3 separate piles. To measure out how long I wanted the string, I just wanted to use all of the rope. So what I did was my way of making sure I was evenly measuring out one of the strands into thirds. So just grab the rope and make it into 3 sections and then cut it. Here in a minute I do show you the measurement, and I think it was about 31 inches long. So you can either cut them into thirds or you can cut them all at 32 inches long. Once you have all your pieces cut, you will just make it back into kind of a loop and loop it over the dowel. Visually, you can see it a lot better than I can explain it. And then we are just going to repeat this process for every single piece. So we did 3 packages, and in those 3 packages, you get 3 separate pieces of string. So when we are done with this whole project, you should have 27 different ties on this whole dowel. So this is how far the one package got me, and this is when I started with the second package. You could definitely leave it just having the 2 sets of the rope, but I thought the third one really completed the whole look. So from here on is totally optional, but I decided to take apart all of the rope at the bottom. I wanted it to look more stringy at the bottom and not so just rope-like. And so what I did was just untwist it. The easiest way that I found to do this is to twist it the opposite way that it is wound, and then just pull the strings up and then just pull them out. Once that was done, you can definitely leave it again just like this, but I took one of our dog's brushes and then just started brushing it out. Also, I would love, love, love to know what kind of dogs you guys have. We have a 4-year-old Doberman and a 2-year-old little Maltipoo. So let me know in the comments below what kind of dogs or just other pets you guys have. And then of course, because you guys know me and I don't know when to stop, I grabbed my straightener and then I tried to straighten out the top because it was just too curved and wavy. This didn't really work that well. Just don't do this. It didn't work the greatest. It kind of straightened it, but it was just kind of a hassle. And then cut the bottom however you would like. You can cut it straight across like I did. I just went straight across because we cut pretty much everything in a triangle pattern and I kind of wanted something just a very blunt cut. All of these flowers I got from Amazon forever ago and they have been some of my favorites and some of the best quality for a really, really, really great price. I will link those flowers below in the description, and then these I don't remember where we got, but it was probably either from Walmart or we got it on sale at Hobby Lobby or Michael's. But I just cut some sort of greenery and then zip tied it to the dowel. I would recommend zip tying everything if you can, not gluing it. Glue just won't stick that well, and you can change it out whenever you want if you zip tie it. Once those were on, I just kind of stuck the flowers in where I put the other zip ties, so I didn't add any other zip ties. It was just a lot easier and it didn't add any more bulk. Also, to hang it, I just used a tiny piece of string that I had on hand and I just tied it at one end of the dowel and up and over to the other end of the dowel.
Thanks for watching, guys. We hope you enjoyed today's video. If you want to see more Valentine's Day DIYs, jump through right here and you can check out our playlist of other videos. And as always, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you can be notified every time we upload a new video.